Hey everybody, this is Chopper365, January 6th. I have my MacBook working again, so I'll probably be updating from here mostly. I'll be able to edit it a little bit more and get some minor cuts and stuff in there. Hopefully fix up the first entry to the January 1st so that it's not so full of mistakes. We're in my living room now. The last couple were in my bedroom or my office. I wanted to talk about this morning. It was funny because one of my resolutions was to force myself to start getting up earlier, and today I actually woke up at 4 o'clock, which is pathetic. I love sleeping in. I love sleep, but 4 o'clock is just excessive, especially when you're getting like more than 8 hours of sleep. It's just, as great as sleep is, it just becomes a hindrance. And I mean, not that I'm looking to do anything productive. Like I would have loved to just spend a bunch of time today playing Guitar Hero, but instead I was sleeping. I was unconscious essentially, and that's not fun. That's, when you're tired, it's refreshing, but it's not fun. There's a lot of stuff I want to do. I could have watched movies all day. I could have played my Wii or something. But instead I was in bed, not functioning at all, and that's stupid. So just for my own benefit, not to accomplish anything great, I really need to start pushing myself to get up earlier, and hopefully we can start that as soon as possible. I did end up, after I got some stuff done today, I cleaned up my kitchen, which needed it really badly, but this evening I went to see There Will Be Blood, which was something else. It was really crazy. Although, when I went to the theater, so the story is, I go to the theater, and when I'm heading up to the room that it's in, the theater that it's a two-tier theater. You can go in the balcony or the ground level. So I go to the balcony, and I'm not liking it because you kind of have to like look down at the screen, and so I leave and I go down to the floor, and that's not good either because you kind of have to look up at the screen. So I I decided to stay on the bottom, but I was thinking, like, so it was just kind of uncomfortable, and I was thinking, if this movie is really great, and any good movie should do this, should kind of distract you from a slight uncomfortability, especially in a theater. If you're like too close, too far, too high, low, whatever. I think if a movie's really good, it'll probably help you to forget that, and you'll just get engulfed in what's going on. And it's like a small version of the whole point of going to the movies, that sort of escapism, helping you forget about the negative things and be entertained for a while, or to learn something. But either way, it's supposed to distract you from the reality of the situation, which is an uncomfortable seat, or an uncomfortable view. And when the movie was starting, it was not even 5 minutes in when somebody in the front started like saying things at the screen, just talking in the movie, which is so annoying, and they actually kicked that guy out. But then another guy who was closer to me started talking too. It was unbelievable. And actually a similar thing happened to me over the summer, the Simpsons movie, that some kids that were sitting behind us were like throwing stuff at me and my friend, which it's just such a big peeve of mine. I can't stand when people talk in a movie, like not talk like talking to your friend and maybe you get too loud, and you're aware of it, but people who are like purposely want to piss off those around them, or who might think they're funny or something, which it's just not for their own amusement. They want to make comments at the screen, and it's like, I was actually really surprised to see that at all in There Will Be Blood. Like, if you want to yell at the screen, if you want to make comments, go to Alien vs. Predator or something. I'm sure people will be happy to hear you. Yeah, I was saying yesterday, I love grindhouse movies. I love crappy horror, and the whole point of that is to kind of laugh at it, to make a sarcastic comment, to yell at the screen. So go for it. But in something like There Will Be Blood, you go into that movie knowing this is probably going to be long. You're going to have to pay attention and be quiet for a while. So the only reason to make a comment in that is to piss off those around you. And just the fact that these people exist that would go out of their way to annoy those around. I can't even fathom just, doing that, just being that rude, and it's frustrating because there's not much you can do about it too. I mean, they called security and got the first guy out of there, but the second guy, there's really nothing you can do, and it just pisses me off. I ended up just leaving the bottom eventually and going to the top. For a while, I wanted to say something to the guy. Like I said, shut up a couple times, but actually directly reference him. But I'm very non-confrontational, for better or worse. So I ended up just going to the top and not thinking about it, or well, thinking about it, just not worrying about it, not referencing the situation, not trying to do anything about it, which even now I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. If I really should have done something, said something, trying to get security back or something like that, or if it's better just to not get involved, just to go up top and leave them alone. I don't know really what's the right thing to do in that situation, but I think at the time I just wanted to enjoy the movie and not be bothered with that. But even when I left, I was really heated about it, and that kind of thing just annoys me so much. But I'm happy to say that by the end of the movie, and by the time I went up, it was already well past halfway through the movie, so there wasn't that much left of it. But by the end of the movie, I was so just amazed and engulfed in Daniel Day-Lewis's performance that I totally forgot that I was pissed off. I forgot what was going on. I forgot, that just minutes earlier, I had been really pissed off about this guy talking in the movie. That's how good his performance is in it. It's just, like, the movie as a whole, I really want to watch it again because I feel like there's parts that I got distracted from while I was getting pissed off with these people talking. But the acting in it is just incredible, and I'd be really surprised if Daniel Day-Lewis didn't win the Oscar for it. Especially just, as someone in acting school now, it's just like, you just want to sit back and like study it. It's amazing. It's actually hard to even see it as just a movie, in that I kept on, kind of getting outside of the context of the movie, just thinking about Daniel Day-Lewis as an actor, which I guess is a bad thing, but either way, I was just fascinated by it, and he just never disappoints. His last movie being years ago, I just think it's amazing when you're that kind of an actor that you can wait years for another project, and whatever that project is, it's an event. Just because you're in it, people are anticipating it, and he didn't disappoint at all. That's amazing that he can achieve that, and he deserves all the praise that he's getting for it. And I was just also so happy to realize that the movie had that effect that a movie should have, of taking you away from where you are. I was in the mindset of an annoying situation, and by the end of the movie, it wasn't even there. I was just so wrapped up in what I was seeing in front of me. And I think every good movie should do that to some extent, even if it's a comedy, even if it's, a movie where you are yelling at the screen and, joking with your friends and stuff. It should still get you wrapped up in what's happening up there, if that's not obvious. Looks like I'm approaching 9 minutes, so I'm going to leave it at that. January 6th, this is Chops 365. Don't talk at the movies, please. It annoys everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow.